So, good question on how to cope with stress at work. I think the first thing to do is to watch the video about being burnt out, which is day number 15, I guess, if there's an intro. Yeah, cool. So it's day number 15, what to do when you feel burnt out. Watch that video. That's the first thing to do when you feel that you're overly stressed. Above and beyond that, it's the usual things. Ask someone within the team who is facing stress. Get advice from your peers, number one. So you could ask someone in management, you could ask me. That's number one. Number two, you could Google it, how to cope with stress at work. That's the second thing that you could do. The third thing that you could do is, of course, take a. I think the main thing here is to try different things to find what works for you, because different things work for different people. So some people might say, I'm going to switch off my phone for 1 hour and take a hot bath. So for me, sometimes when I'm massively overwhelmed, I just leave my phone at home and take a walk and get away from ultimately the environment where I'm working and just take a time out. That can be for 10 seconds, that can be for 1 minute, that can be for 10 minutes, 1 hour, 6 hours, a whole day. So just stepping back could be one thing. Number two, learning for better coping mechanisms and strategies. So I'd read a book on how to cope with stress. I'd, of course, watch this. Getting advice. You should do all of those things at the same time, to be honest with you. So you could ask Lydia, you could take some time out, you could ask someone else who's a colleague of yours, you could give it a bit of a Google, write things down that seem like they would be quick wins for coping with stress, and then try, that's you trying them all and seeing what actually works for you. How do you measure it? Well, if you feel more relaxed generally, then fantastic. And the key here is to be able to maintain the same level of inputs or the same level of productivity whilst feeling less stressed. So actually, for me, the end goal is to raise your barometer for coping with stress. The goal isn't, in a way, the goal is, okay, you know what, this is overwhelming because there's 17 things I need to do. You want to develop an ability to cope with having 17 things to do. So oftentimes it's about productivity, the reorganization of your workspace, cleaning up your work environment, figuring out how to prioritize tasks, speeding up your laptop, speeding up the way you use your laptop, making sure that you are healthy in body, mind, and spirit. So all of those other things will help you cope with stress at work. Now, I've packed a lot of information into here because I've said a lot of things, and I would look at them one by one. Begin with the video, what to do when you feel burnt out. Of course, then watch this video also, as well as reach out to people, and that will already be a fantastic start. So there are some insights on how you can cope with stress at work.